the back end and the front end. All right. So what are we going to do over here? At first, we will learn about the client server architecture. All right. So just raise your hands who have the basic knowledge about the client server architecture. Those who have the knowledge about the client server architecture. Okay. Sana, are you there? Sana, do you know what is client server architecture? Aishwarya, are you there? You people are just raising your hands and nobody is responding me back. You people are expected to interact in the meeting with me. Okay, all right. So let me tell you at first what the client server architecture is. All right. So what happens whenever you want to access some kind of data? What do? You just open your Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome, any browser. Over there, you do what? You type in the URL. Say, for example, if I want to search YouTube. So what do? I will open my Microsoft Edge and then I will write YouTube in my address bar. And then I will get redirected to the website of YouTube. So what am I actually doing over here? I'm sending the request to the server that I want to access the data present inside the website, that particular website. All right. And say, for example, if I want to see a particular video from the YouTube, which means what? The server has to take that particular video stored somewhere. So we need to store it inside a database. All right. So what happens? The request that we have sent to the server will be forwarded to the database by the server itself. All right. So the server will take the data from the database and then the server will return us the client. Those who are at the endpoint, the clients only, will return us with that particular data for which we are sending the request. Just raise your hands, those who got a basic knowledge about client server architecture. How are we actually trying to get the data? Just raise your hands. Am I properly audible?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you are clear.
Okay, I guess my screen has freezed.
No, ma'am, it is working. I guess I see your mouse is moving.
On my side, it's like I'm clicking on the participants, but I'm not being able to see it. Just a second.
சொல்றா தியாகராஜன் சொல்லுவாருக்குது தியாகம் என்ன கதை அது ரைன் சார் ஒன்று சொல்லுகிறாங்க
Am I audible this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you are clear now.
All right.
Yes.
So just the way I said, what
Yes,
do we
ma'am.
need to have as a basic knowledge? We need to have the knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Because in this tech stack, that is the MERN stack, we are going to use the JavaScript only in order to build both the backend as well as the front end. All right. So just have the basic knowledge of JavaScript, that will be enough. Okay. So now we are going to see a quick presentation which is going to state all the features of MonStack. As I have already told, in the database, we are going to use the MongoDB. So those who have worked with the SQL may know that in database, we generally use MySQL, right? So inside the PPT, we will explore what is the basic difference between MySQL and MongoDB. So in the very brief format, I would just like to say that MySQL is a sequence query language, all right, where we have to provide queries in order to find the data. Like if I want to see a particular table's data, whichever data is present inside the table and whichever columns is present inside the relational database, over there what I will do, I can simply write select star from the table name. And that is how the data which is stored inside the table in a tabular form in rows and column, we will be able to see that. But here, in case of MongoDB, the data is stored in a JSON format. Now talking about the JSON, what the JSON exactly is. So let me show you some data present inside a MongoDB. At that time, you will get a clear point of view about how the data is actually stored inside MongoDB. This is my MongoDB compass, inside which I have stored many data. These are my courses. See, is the data in a relational format? Is it stored in rows or columns?
No.
No, right? Here, these data is stored in the form of JSON format. Here, each and every data is having a particular ID, which is provided to the data by MongoDB itself. So whenever a user will try to enter a new data, a new object ID will be assigned to that particular data. See, each and every product has its own unique ID, just the way I said. All right, so this is how the data is stored inside the MongoDB. So let's go to our PPT and see what are the basic things that we require. Now here, the advantages of using MonStack is written. Like just the way I said, it takes JavaScript in order to develop both the backend and the front end. Now what is the front end? Front end can be expected the UI that we as the users see in the interface whenever we go to any kind of website. All right. So in order to provide you the example of front end, I will show you one website whose front end, which is having the basic front end. So this is the front end of the website. You can see on your laptops as well. All right. So this is what we actually mean by front end of a website, where we can move from one page to another page. All right. So these are known as the single page application, to develop which we need some frameworks. See, I can move. If I am going to the home page, just the URL in the address bar is changing. And this is the home page, and this is the DLP courses. See, for the DLP courses, over here, we are getting distance learning. All right. And if I want to access the contact us page, the URL in the address bar is again changing. That is the contact us. Can you people see? Is it visible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, did you got the basic idea about how the front end actually looks?
Yes, ma'am.
So, did you people notice one thing? Like whenever I'm moving from one page to another page, the header, like this entire navigation bar, along with the footer, are just remaining constant. Only the contents which are present inside the page are changing. Did you people notice? So how is this happening? With the help of framework only. So what are we actually doing over here? Are we creating different HTML pages for in order to access one page, or what are we actually doing? So basically, in order to create a front end, we need to create certain components. All right. So I have a different component for this navbar, a different component for this banner. Along with that, I have different component for these cards which are appearing in the in pick the right choice for you component. Along with that, I have a different component in order to show the trending courses. This is again a slider. So these are the different sliders that I have placed. And then in this page as well, I have provided different components. So this is how we can create the front end as a single page application. But what happens in multi-page application? I need to create different HTML pages in order to create a complete website, which can have different components. So this is how the frameworks are really very helpful in order to build single page applications. This is all about the front end that we are going to develop. All right, not this exact front end, but somewhat like this only. So for building the front end, we are going to use React. And as the basic knowledge, we need to know that the React has been developed by Facebook. All right. So just the way React is a front end framework, Angular is also a front end framework. But what happens in React? Whenever we want to import something, we need to use a different library, a third-party library. But here, in case of Angular, in the mean stack, what happens? Angular is a full-fledged framework. We do not need to use a third-party library in order to import the things that we require in order to build an entire front end. Angular provides each and everything inside that only. Okay, but here in case of MERN stack, we are going to use React. As inside the industry, the React is in much use nowadays. So I have just explained you people about the client-server architecture. We send the request to the server as a client. All right, the browser acts as a client. And then the server forwards that request to the database and fetches the data from the database. After fetching the data, the server processes the data, like whichever modification that we want, and then provides us with the required data, hiding those modifications that the server is doing. Are you people clear to this part? Just reply me with a yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now these are the fundamental technologies. The way I have said, you need to learn JavaScript. JavaScript, whichever thing you want to have, you need to learn how to iterate the arrays, how to modify the elements which are present inside the arrays and objects. And what are arrays and objects? The data types which are present inside the JavaScript. All right, because most of the data that we are going to use in our website are going to be stored inside the array or objects. So you need to learn about manipulating the data present inside the array and manipulating the data which is present inside the object, and different array and objects built-in method, like the map method, the filter method, etc. All right. So these are the basics that you need to have the knowledge about. Moving to the other part. So you have to learn how to convert the JavaScript objects into JSON data and the JSON data into JavaScript objects. So in order to convert them, we need to use a couple of methods. That is JSON.parse and JSON.stringify. These are the couple of methods in order to change the data from JavaScript object to JSON format and vice versa. Got it till this part? Which two methods did I just mention? Can anyone say?
JSON.parse,
JSON.parse.
Yes, ma'am.
JSON.stringify.
Great. Okay. And now moving on to what is Node.js. Node.js is the runtime environment, without which we will not be able to use our Express as well as React. So in order to use the Express, React, and Angular, whichever thing we want, we need to install Node.js in our respective PCs or laptops. So this is the runtime environment. Talking about the NPM. So in corporate, we have someone called the manager who is responsible for what? He is responsible in order to hire all the staff which are present inside a company, right? So how does the manager does that? He at first examines the skills and all the requirements which are need to be meet in order to hire a particular staff, right? Similarly, the manager himself is responsible for managing how the things are carried out inside a company. And along with that, few positions are also there which removes the staff as well, right? Similarly, we are having NPM. This NPM stands for Node Package Manager. From the name itself, we are able to understand that this is something which is going to manage our packages, right? And now, what are the packages? Say, for example, I want to create a backend. Okay, so for that, what do I have to do? I need to install Express at first. All right. So how do we provide the command in our console that I need to install the Express? We do it with the help of npm. So for that, what do? We just write the command npm install Express. This much thing. So after installing that Express, we can remove that as well with the help of npm remove Express. So whenever we need to install or remove, not only install or remove, whenever we need to modify something, modify our package, etc., we have to use this npm. So these are the basic web development skill, that is the HTML, CSS, or you people can also use Tailwind CSS in order to style your website and make it look visually appealing. Now moving on to what are the APIs actually. Okay, so here a term is mentioned, that is the REST API. What is REST API? The REST API stands for Representational State Transfer API. Okay, so say for example, you want to create a particular data. Okay, so what do you have to do? You have to, okay, you people use Instagram, right? Many of you use that. So what do? If you want to create a new, if you want to share a new image, what do? You create a new post, isn't it? Just reply me with a yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So what are you actually doing? You are posting a new image in your social media. Similarly, if we want to create a new data, which HTTP method do we use? We need to use the post method. All right. So now comes, what is the HTTP method? HTTP, that is the, Manoj, can you please switch your mic off? Okay. Can anyone tell me the full form of HTTP?
Hypertext
Hypertext
transfer protocol.
Okay. And what is HTTPS?
Hypertext
protocol.
Great. And how does the HTTPS is secure? It uses the TLS or SSL in order to make a website secure. All right. So those things are a part of security. Okay. Now, what are the HTTP methods? In this MERN stack, we are going to learn about 4 HTTP methods, that are get, post, put, delete. Okay. So these are the 4 methods. Now there is one more method, that is patch, that I will tell you after I finish get, post and delete. So get, from the name itself, describes that we need to get the data, right? So why do we get the data? In order to read data which is present inside my database. All right. So for that, what do? We need a specific testing application. Say for example, I don't have any front end. Okay. So how am I going to check whether I have whether the API that I have created is working perfectly fine if I am not having the front end. In order to test our APIs, we need the postman. Okay, now what is the postman? Postman is nothing but our testing application. See, this is how the UI of Postman looks like. So over here, when you will click in this drop down, you will get the entire HTTP methods. That is the get, post, put, patch, delete, etc. Okay. So here, if we want to read some kind of data, what we need to do? We will select the get method. We will enter the URL of our website over here, right? And then we will just click the send button. This is how we are going to fetch the data which is present inside our database, even if our front end does not exist. Okay. And if I want to create some new data, I will use my post method. And here inside the body, I will go. And here I will provide the data inside the curly braces. Say, for example, I want to create name. And the name is, say, for example, Stephen. And then email. Here I will provide Stephen@gmail.com. So I have to create these two data in my database. So for that, after writing these two data, I will just click on the send button. So that, so what will happen? After clicking the send button, it will get stored inside my database. So this is how we are going to develop our APIs and then test them inside the Postman. Are you people clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now
Yes,
comes
ma'am.
the put request. So if I will make the put request, what will happen? I will just update the data. That is, I will remove the email and here I will provide Stephen12345 6 @gmail.com. And then I will click on my send button. So what will happen? The previous email, which was Stephen@gmail.com, will get updated to Stephen12345 6 @gmail.com. Now, if I will ask you what is the basic difference between post and put method, what you will tell me?
Post is creating the data, ma'am. Put is updating the data.
Okay. Now comes the delete method. So, as the name itself tells, whenever we want to delete something, we will just select the delete method and then click the send button. Then what will happen? The data will get deleted from the database. One more method, that is the patch. What is the difference between put and patch? Both of these methods are used in order to update the data. But what happens? Whenever after updation we need to retrieve the data, what will happen? When we will use the put method, it will provide us with the entire fields that I am providing inside my database. So for example, I have used the put method. Then if I want to update the email and then retrieve the updated data, it will provide me name and email both. But in case of patch method, if I will update the data using patch method, it will just provide me the email as the updated data. Over there, name will be not present. Are you people clear till this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So these are all about the create, read, update, and delete. Okay, the things that we are going to do. Right? Now moving on to the next part. Here we will see some basic and industrial related facts about the MERN stack. Just the way I said, the MongoDB is a popular NoSQL database which is used globally, especially for apps handling semi-structured and unstructured data. What are the structured data? Where the data follows a specific structure. But here in case of MongoDB, we can handle the unstructured data as well. All right. So this is about the MongoDB. Now moving on to where the MERN stack is actually used. This MERN stack is used in the startups and enterprises. Say, for example, Uber, Accenture, Walmart, etc. This is where the MERN stack is actually used. Okay. After that, just the way I said, React is developed by Facebook. So React is also used in Facebook also. Single language advantage, that is we can use the JavaScript or TypeScript in order to build the both the backend and the front end. Now we will move to the comparison between the MERN stack and the other tech stacks. So here one word you can see that non-blocking input-output in Node.js handle thousands of concurrent users efficiently. So what do we mean by the non-blocking input-output? Previously, what used to happen whenever we are trying to send multiple requests? Say, for example, you are using a particular website, and over there, along with adding new data, what are you doing? You are increasing the quantity of that particular product. We generally do that, right? Are you people listening? Just reply me with a yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
what used to happen previously? The request which was sent from the client to the server, whenever it used to take 1 second or 2 seconds of time, the next request that we are sending was being blocked by the server, which means at a single time we were not being able to send multiple requests. That was the blocking input output. But here in case of MERN stack, the non-blocking input output is used, which means inside the MERN stack, what do we do? We use an event loop. And now what do we mean by the event loop? Inside a particular function, we place asynchronous functions, right? And what are the asynchronous functions? Those who know JavaScript, they may already know that asynchronous functions are the function which run parallel functions at a same time, right? And what kind of statement do we provide inside the asynchronous function? We provide the await statements, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how we use the non-blocking input output in the MERN stack. Now what is scalability? Does anyone have any kind of idea about scalability? Any idea? What do we mean by scalability? Okay. Say, for example, you have created a website. Okay. And let that you are creating an education related website where different people can visit your website and take the materials which are available in your website in order to learn a particular topic. Let it be the video, the PDFs, the Word documents, or any kind of thing that you have provided in your website. Okay. So what will happen when you are working in a company, you have created that website, and when the number of users increased, your website crashed. So will you consider that website a good website?
No, ma'am.
No, right? Because whenever a website is developed, the most prior thing that is ensured that it can be used by many number of people. So that is what we mean by scalability, which means with the increasing number of users, your website should adapt itself or should have those features so that it does not get crashed when the number of users are increasing. Okay, so that's what we actually mean by the scalability. So the MongoDB's document model scales horizontally across clusters easily, whereas relational database needs careful schema design for scaling. So in case of relational database, means that data which we store inside the table, that need to have a proper design of the schema. And schema is what? Schema is something that we declare before creating the table, a specific design that a table needs to follow. Okay, and after that, it provides the front-end power. React provides reusable UI component. Just the way I said. What are reusable UI? In a single page, we can use different components, just the way I have shown you. In the home page, I was having the same navbar, and then in the distance learning page, I was using the same navbar. So that is actually what I mean by the reusable UI component. We can use the same UI component in different pages. Understood till this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now here, one more term is written, that is MVP. What is the MVP? MVP is the minimum viable product. Okay, so while working in order to create a website, okay, do you directly create a large website which can be used by the people? No, right? Over there, what do we do? At first, we create a miniature form of that website, a prototype, right? Why do we do that? To see what are the requirements that our website is going to meet, and along with that, how many users are going to use that website in order to fulfill their requirement. What are the features our website needs to have? Say, for example, Zomato's MVP, that is the minimum viable product. Previously, Zomato, what did it do? It created a prototype so that it can understand the people's requirement and all the required things that are needed to be fulfilled by the website. Let it be the applying of token, let it be the implementation of the current location of the website. Along with that, the new feature that the Zomato is providing, that this particular food or product is recommended by your friends as well. So these kind of features should be kept in mind while developing a prototype of the website. So what it is doing, NPM ecosystem is having 1 million plus packages, which speeds up the prototype builds. Okay, so this is the plus point of using the MERN stack. So if we are creating a real-time website, say for example, your WhatsApp, if you are typing something, so your friend also gets to know that you are typing something. How does he gets to know? Over there, your friend gets a notification that, say for example, Sam is writing something to his friend Johnson. So Johnson will get the notification that Sam is typing. What are they? There is the implementation of the WebSocket API. Just the way I have told you about the REST API, which uses the HTTP request, WebSockets, what do they do? They are used in order to show the live data. All right. If you are watching the scores of the cricket, okay, what happens when the batsman scores a sixer? The data immediately gets updated. So that is the real-time data which is getting updated. So whenever the data gets updated after a particular interval of time, over there we use the WebSocket API. How many of you got to know the basic difference between REST API and WebSocket API? Just raise your hands. Raise your hands or reply me with a yes or no. Okay. All right. So is there any doubt about why do we actually use the MERN stack and Express, React, Node, and MongoDB? You can open your mics and tell me if there is any. Okay. So what do you people need to have in your respective laptops and PCs before the next session? I'm just writing them down in the text box. You just make sure that you people are ready with those applications in your laptops. At first, you need to have the VS Code in your laptops. Along with that, install Node.js, VS Code, Node.js, and Postman. And then you need to have the Mongo URI. And from where will you get the Mongo URI? Just go to this website, that is MongoDB Atlas. Click on the Get Started, and in order to get your MongoDB URI, just when you will click on Get Started, you will be automatically get navigated to different pages, and you will get to know how to fetch your MongoDB URI. And if you are facing some kind of issues, then just go to YouTube and watch a video on how to get your MongoDB URI. For your referral, I am providing the link in the chat box as well. Along with that, just install the MongoDB Compass in your PCs. That's it. So these are the things that you need to have before the next session. Okay. Now, in the very first section, we will learn how to create a particular server. So here I have opened my VS Code. Then I will go to my File Explorer. Here I will create my new folder. And I will open the same folder inside my VS Code. Okay. I have opened the folder in my VS Code. Now what I will do, I will click on the terminal and I will create a new terminal. Yeah. Here what I will do, I will start with npm install. What is the full form of npm?
Node package manager, ma'am.
Great. I will write npm install npm init y, and I will press enter. Can you people see the change that has occurred in this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
A package.json file got generated.
Yes,
Isn't
ma'am.
it? So what is the need of this package.json file? Let's do one more thing and you will get to know it in a better way. Here I will write npm install express nodemon mongoose, and I will press enter. What are the changes are you seeing in the screen? Seeing on the screen?
Ma'am, node modules as
Okay, and
Dependencies are added, ma'am.
okay. So now are you people getting like why? What is the purpose of having the package.json file? This package.json file provides us the entire data. Which kind of data? The metadata, like the name of the folder, the version, description, main file's name. Okay. Along with that, whichever dependencies are present inside the particular file. Along with the package.json, we are having package lock.json. Now, if I will ask you, what is the difference between package.json and package lock.json? Then let's take an analogy. Okay. Suppose I have a friend and the name is Damon. Okay. And he wants to share his code file to Alina. Okay. So what will happen? When Damon has shared his file to Alina, a particular version update has occurred. Say for example, here I have the node 1 version, which is 3.1.10. Okay. But after that, when I shared to Alina, when Damon shared the entire code file to Alina, there occurred a specific change in the version. That the version has become 3.2.0. Okay. So with the version updation, there comes specific changes. And whichever thing Damon is used in his file is not being accessed by Alina. Why? Because there has occurred a specific version update, which has removed those things which Damon is using. So Elena is going to face difficulties, isn't it? Because all the things which Damon is using in his project, Elena will not be able to use them anymore. Are you trying to get my point? That is going to cause a severe issue. So what will happen? Along with the creation and installing of the packages, a particular package lock.json file is also created. And what is the purpose of this file? This file lock that specific version which is present inside the file during the time of creation. See, inside the package log.json, we have the same versions which are logged by package log.json, so that whenever the files are shared with different people, the versions remain same. Got it till this part? The difference between package.json and package log.json? Is there any doubt? See, I'm asking you repeated.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yeah, Subhashini.
Ma'am, to be like in some kind of real time example, can we take that package.json, like updating a mobile feature? We'll use the same similar applications, and we just update some other new applications in the phone and give it as an updated version like that. Is that like that, ma'am?
Yeah, if you can, if you are capable enough, then you people can do a project on that as well. But Infotact is going to assign you people with project on which you have to work. Okay, so there will be different projects for the internships that you are doing. For those who are pursuing the first month internship, there is going to be a different project. And for those who are going to who have opted 2 or 3 month internship, there are different projects for you people. And to Sheelam, I would like to say that please ask your query to the support team, okay? Because the support team's mail is already present inside the website of Infotact. Please forward this query to that support team's email ID, because I don't have any idea related to these things, right?
Okay, sure. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Uddhav is asking about Node 1. Uddham, I will tell you the concept of Node 1 when we will create the server and do some updations over there. All right. So here, inside this, I will create a file and I will name it as server.js. And this is going to be my entry point of the backend file. Okay. So here what I will do, I will write const express is equal to require express. Now people might be thinking, why am I using the require method? And is it a user defined method or a built-in method? So as you people can see, I have not declared the required method anywhere in my file. Okay. So this is coming automatically, which means what? React is a built-in method. Require is a built-in method. All right. And why do we use that? We use the require method in order to import the dependencies which are present inside my package.json file. And in order to create a server, we need to import the express dependency. So this one is the first way of importing the dependency. All right. After that comes the, okay, here I will write const app is equal to, I will assign the express to the app variable. Now, why have I assigned the express to the app variable? So that whenever I will use my, I have to use the express dependency, in place of writing express, I can simply use app. All right. After that, I want to run my server. So how to run the server? For that, I will write const port is equal to, here I will provide 8080. So just tell me, those who have the knowledge about port, what the port number actually is.
8080.
Anyone? Can you people tell what do you mean by port number? If you have the idea.
Localhost.
Yeah. Port is nothing but the local host. So did you people might have come across the word port whenever you are using your pen drives. Okay. So where do you insert the pen drive in your laptop?
USB port I use.
In the USB port.
USB port. In the USB port, right? So what happens actually when you insert the USB pen drive? That USB port is acting like a bridge between your pen drive and laptop in order to connect them. So this local host in where we are providing the port number is also acting like a bridge, so that we can access the backend which is running on this specific port number. Okay, so whenever we are trying to create a server in a local host, we need to have the port. And here I will write app.listen. And listen is also one more inbuilt method. And listen takes the port number as the first parameter. After that, it will take an arrow function. Inside the arrow function, I will write console.log. Here I will provide, within the backtick, I will provide server is running on HTTP localhost followed by the port number. All right. So this is how we create our server. Before that, what I will do? I will provide app.get. Inside this, I will specify my endpoint, that is the empty backslash. See, when I shared the screen where I was accessing the front end website, which I was showing, it was changing something in the address bar, right? Over here. After the backslash, the things were changing when I was endpoints, which was being changed when I was switching from one page to another page. So that is why, while we use some HTTP methods, the first parameter that the HTTP method takes is the endpoint. After that, it will take the arrow function or any kind of function that you are going to mention. So here I will provide response. It will take two parameters. First, the request and response. Okay. And as the response, when we will enter into the website, it will provide response.json. It will provide hello, welcome to the backend. Save it. Now I want to run the server. So here I will provide node server dot node server. Can you people see the thing that is running over here? Server is running on HTTP and then localhost, then port number. Is it
Yes,
visible?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you people see this? Hello, welcome to the backend.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So this is how we develop our backend server. All right. Let's just keep it to this part for today. And in the next session, we are going to learn how to create the CRUD APIs that just I have shown. The create, read, update, and delete. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah,
So
okay,
if
ma'am.
there are
Thank you.
no doubts,
Okay,
then you
ma'am.
people can leave the meeting, or else you people can
ma'am.
ask me your doubts as well.